Alright, now we have the anatomy for the gastrointestinal tract. This is the microanatomy of the gastrointestinal tract. And what I mean by that, if you think about the GI tract, is it's a tube from mouth to anus, and there's a lot of different tube structures throughout the whole thing, right? There is the esophagus, which leads to the stomach, which leads to the small intestines, which leads to the large intestines, and that's what we're seeing here with this particular model, are those four different portions of the GI tract. And now, if what you'll look at here, what we want to look at are the four major layers of the entire GI tract, but in this place with four layers, what I'm talking about are layers from the lumen of the tube to the outside serosa layer. So in the esophagus, we're going to have mucosal layer, which is the surface. We'll have a submucosal layer, a muscularis externa, which is going to be circularis muscle, and we got horizontal muscle in the outside. And we're not in the abdominal cavity yet, so this is going to be adventitia. The stomach has the ruga on the surface. These folds are ruga, so this now is going to be the mucosal layer, and below that will be the submucosal layer. Then the muscularis layer, but in the stomach we have oblique, we have circular, and we have horizontal muscles, all of them. The outside now is going to be covered in visceral peritoneum. Small intestines, we have villi. Each one of these structures down here are villi. So mucosal layer with all the villi, submucosal layer, muscularis externa, and if you're thinking the duodenum, then this would be adventitia, but the rest, the jejunum and the ileum, this would all be visceral peritoneum. Finally, we get down to the large intestines, where we have these big folds because we want absorption down here as well. Lots of big, beautiful, simple columnar epithelial tissue with lots and lots of goblet cells. Lots of absorption of waters and salts and stuff down here. Mucosal layer, submucosal layer, muscularis externa. And as you even get down even further, you'll have some skeletal muscle that's involved, say for instance in the rectum. And out here is going to be the visceral peritoneum. Hopefully that's helpful for understanding this model. There's a lot more to this model, but that's all we're going to cover for our AMP2 class. Lots of interesting stuff in terms of the backside of this model. These would be the types of glands and cells that are actually in each layer. It's a very neat model. See you in the next video.